All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So this week is set to be the most historic week in crypto ever because the House of Representatives is voting on 3 acts: the Genius Act, Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act, and the Clarity Act. And most importantly, ISO 20022 standard going live. The markets are reacting positively to this news. Now, when we look at the Bitcoin to the US dollar price chart compared to gold, we can see what happened when gold finally broke out of this long, boring consolidation phase right here. Between August of 2020 until March of 2024, for 4 years, gold stayed below $2,000. And once it broke out, here's what we saw happen that's similar to what's taking place for Bitcoin right now. We saw this aggressive move from $2,000 all the way up here to about $2,400. And you can see on the bottom left-hand side of the screen, the relative strength index formed a weak bearish divergence. And what that is where the price chart makes a higher high, but the indicator makes an equal high. Where the RSI was at 84, we see this small little consolidation phase, massive breakout to the upside. During the consolidation phase, the RSI comes down to 63, breaks back up for an equal high. And then we see a little sell off in the short term, about 6%, and then gold consolidated between $2,400 and roughly $2,200 for a period of time. Form these little bull flags where we break out, consolidate, break out, consolidate, and then break out higher. And that's all that Bitcoin is doing right now, because as you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, actually the right-hand side of the screen, when Bitcoin broke out to $116,000, we see this short little consolidation phase similar to what happened back here for gold. The relative strength index breaks all the way up here to about 83, 84. Then Bitcoin forms a higher high to 118, almost $119,000, whereas the relative strength index forms an equal yet a little bit lower high for the RSI, which is a weak bearish divergence. And you can even see on the stochastic RSI, we formed a lower high, which is regular bearish divergence. Kind of similar to what happened to gold right here, but gold formed an equal high for the stochastic as well too.
Nick here. Quick heads up for all you smart investors watching this. If you love to see your crypto actually working for you, earning passive income every single day on your coins, we're putting together something really cool. On July 20th, we're running our first ever free online event challenge. It's called the Crypto Passive Cash Flow Challenge. And it's basically 3 days where you'll learn our DeFi strategies we use to safely earn passive yield on our coins 24/7, even while we sleep. And some people are doing crazy numbers with this strategy alone. And if you had some coins that you're just holding on to, you should join us and discover how to put them to work. We've never done anything like this publicly before, and we probably won't ever do it again. So it's completely free, but we might have to limit spots to keep the quality high and give everyone proper attention with the size of our YouTube channel, over 360,000 subscribers now. So if you want in, just click the link below this video, grab your spot while you can, and now back to the video.
And then sure enough, we experienced a sell-off for Bitcoin of about 1%, consolidate sideways, similar to what happened right here for gold. And what happened for the RSI is it pulls all the way back down here to the middle of the range in 50, similar to what happened for gold. All the way back here, pulls down to the middle of the range. And then once we start to break out again, the RSI starts to break all the way back up here near 70 again. So that's what's happening for Bitcoin right now, breaking all the way back up here. We're at 70 on the RSI. So I would just expect some massive volatility through this range right here while Bitcoin continues to march higher, consolidating through these bull flags and then continuing the uptrend. This is my expectations. Now I do want to err you on the side of caution here because you need to look for confluence on the price chart here, combined with these key indicators like the relative strength index, the stochastic RSI. You can use the MACD if you want to. But if you look on the left-hand side of the screen, when gold broke out right here, similar to what's happening to Bitcoin right now, we saw the relative strength index come all the way up here to 70, just like what we're seeing happen right now. And we saw the stochastic RSI up above 80, just like what we're seeing right now. So the K line and the D line are 82 and 81. We are in overbought conditions right now on the hourly chart for Bitcoin. So for me to accumulate Bitcoin, I don't like buying when we're in levels like this. What I look for, which again is not financial advice, this is just purely speculation, education, entertainment purposes only. Take with it what you will because crypto is risky. You definitely lose money in these markets. But the smartest investors in the world, what they do is they wait for these indicators to reset to oversold conditions. And what that would look like is the stochastic RSI to come all the way back down here below 20, while the relative strength index as well too comes back down to about 50. Because in an uptrend, we usually hold above 50 for the relative strength index. As you can see right here for gold, while we were forming higher lows and higher highs during this breakout period, the RSI stayed above 48 right here on these micro little pullbacks, which are great entry points in the market. And the stochastic RSI reset all the way down here below 20 when gold pulled back to $2,354 before bouncing to the upside. So this is what I would want to see happen for Bitcoin is as Bitcoin ranges in this bull flag right here and forms lower or equal highs and comes back down to about $118,500 and the stochastic RSI resets, that in my opinion would be a good entry point for Bitcoin on the macro. Now, about 2 months ago on April 26th, I made this video talking about if you own XRP, HBAR, SUI, and Ondo, it's happening again when the market cap of others, everything outside the top 10, was at $237 billion. And I pointed out this bullish divergence on the MACD in the price chart here, where we were seeing lower lows, but yet higher lows on the MACD, which was a major sign that a massive reversal was coming. And so when we see these revival patterns take place, like what you see right here on the screen, outside of a downtrend, when price or market cap in this case, because it's aggregating virtually every single altcoin outside the top 10. And that's why it says $237 billion. But once we break a descending resistance right here, we push up for a little bit and then we see a pullback for wave number 2 in the next phase of the Elliott waves. And so that's what we saw right here, where we break out of a descending resistance and then we consolidate on top of it as support, which would be wave 2 before the massive breakout to the upside for wave 3. And sure enough, when we look at the price chart right here, that's exactly what we saw. So we see this massive breakout right here. For wave 1, we come back into previous zones of resistance that were support all the way back here on the 20th of December, and also the resistance right here on the 15th of February. It acted as resistance right here for this first initial move out, and then for wave number 2, we pull back for a higher low, similar to what happened all the way back here when we break out into this zone of resistance right here, and we just consolidate for a higher low, and we use it as a springboard to the upside. And so that's what happened here from wave 1 to wave 2, and now we're using it as a springboard to the upside. So I would just expect some volatility here in the short term, but ultimately I'm extremely bullish because I think wave number 3 is going to be the most aggressive wave. Back up between $400 billion to the previous high of $450 billion. Similar to what happened right here during the beginning of November 2024 to December 2024. So let's get into some of the top altcoins that people are looking at and asking us questions for what's going to happen next, because today is a big date for XRP. So much so that Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has it tattooed on his arm. If we zoom in close to the tattoo right here, you can see he got this July 13th, 2023. Now, why would he get this on the 13th? Well, on July 13th, Judge Annalisa Torres issued an order of competing motions for summary judgment in the SEC versus Ripple case, ruling that XRP by itself is not a security. Also, the final migration day before all banks and Fedwire goes live tomorrow, as well as the day before crypto week begins. And in my video yesterday, we talked about this, where the Fed pushed this back, but now here on their official website, they say July 14th. And this was confirmed as of June 18th. And also in my video yesterday, I mentioned that Trump just ignited the final migration by issuing an executive order calling on the federal government to shift almost exclusively to using electronic payments by the end of September. That means ditching paper checks for U.S. payments, as well as U.S. collections from taxpayers and others. So we're going digital, guys. This migration is happening, and ProShares Ultra XRP ETF is now listed on the DTCC under the ticker UXRP. So it's going to be launching July 18th, and this is confirmed via an official SEC filing. So this is not speculation anymore. There's going to be more XRP ETFs dropped, and this is just the beginning. Plus, Ripple is founding a U.S. bank. They filed to open their own national trust bank with the Office of the Comptrolling Currency located in New York, and it's going to be named Ripple National Trust Bank. And what a coincidence, right? That it's happening exactly as Fedwire goes live with ISO 222 tomorrow. And the divine timing that happens on the chart when all of this is taking place with the Wyckoff schematic showing that XRP was due for a breakout as we transition from phase C to phase D in the SOS phase is just too crazy of timing here, because I made this video 3 days ago explaining how XRP was getting ready to break out above the resistance in phase B as we go into this SOS phase before phase E, which is back into price discovery. And look at this, guys. XRP breaks out of this range, although I was expecting maybe XRP to go down to $2. I don't have a crystal ball in these markets here. I just look at patterns, and they tend to usually play out on the macro. The micro might look a little bit different on how these projects range before they break out, but it's following the Wyckoff schematic very closely right now. And so what happens next is for XRP just to squat here for a little bit and consolidate before continuing higher, really. And so that would just look like XRP ranging here for a little while, and whatever that consolidation phase looks like, we will see. I mean, it could be some type of bull flag with lower highs and lower lows. It could be a rising wedge right here with higher highs and higher lows as XRP coils up before continuing higher. It could just be a washing machine where we pretty much do something like this before continuing higher. Either way, we need to hold on top of $2.65 because when we look at the stochastic RSI, we're at 100 and 100 with the K line and the D line. This is not a good time to accumulate XRP right now, while the RSI is at 81. The best time is, like I mentioned, when we are in oversold conditions all the way down here below 20 for the stochastic and closer to 30 for the relative strength index. That was the best time to accumulate XRP. So not financial advice here, but the best times to just hold XRP is between the middle of a range, which would be between 80 and 20 for the stochastic and between 70 and 30 for the relative strength index. But on the weekly chart right here, where are we? We're in the middle of a range. You can see the K line and the D line are at 68 and 42, and the relative strength index is at 63. So this is actually a really good sign for XRP that even if we see a short-term pullback on the hourly or the daily to consolidate right here, if we hold above, $2.65, then a move to the upside back into price discovery is the most likely case scenario here for XRP.